Hello. It's been a strange old Strasbourg session, given 2 big files were withdrawn and a major one defeated, with mounting tensions, positions taken in the boxing ring over the TTIP vote, but at the last minute, debate and vote were both postponed. And the same fate fell on the shareholders file, where the water between the political groups, as on TTIP, was still too deep. So the focus moved on to more topical issues like FIFA corruption, gender equality, energy insecurity, and on foreign affairs, Russia and Nepal. For decades, we've heard rumours of bribery and corruption in FIFA. Unfortunately, many turned a blind eye, and it took the US to lift the lid on this foul play. We now have this incredible situation where Blatter has resigned, but not really, until December. Europe does have a say on it, given FIFA's activities here are subject to EU regulatory rules, and I called for urgent action on reforming FIFA, increasing transparency, adopting watertight procedures to tackle corruption. I also called on UEFA to take a strong, united action, ensure these reforms are actually implemented. And if there's no appetite for fair play at FIFA, UEFA should consider a boycott of future events. In the week when we've had the Women's Football World Cup, it is apt that we discussed the EU gender equality strategy, where I spoke on the need for educating young people at an early age about gender and discrimination and addressing the portrayal of women in the media. Only then will we be able to address the gender pay gap, discrimination and violence against women. Unsurprisingly, Conservative and UKIP MEPs voted against. The other 2 big debates were about Russia and energy security strategy. We're importing expensive energy from an unreliable neighbour instead of pooling forces with other EU member states to secure steady energy supply and invest money where it's needed. Energy security can only be addressed if we work together. Only then we'll have cheaper energy for all instead of just for some. And surprise, surprise, Conservatives and UKIP voted against that one too. In the week when we had G7 and Russia was clearly absent, I regret the fact that Putin continues to hoodwink not just his own people, but also some in the EU, including the Eurosceptics in this chamber. But while the door must remain open for dialogue, we should make our red line strong and clear. No return to business as usual, unless the Minsk agreements are implemented, the territorial integrity of Ukraine is restored, and the OSCE-based security order in Europe is respected. Further afield, I spoke on the situation following the devastating earthquakes in Nepal. I expressed my concern about the children, their vulnerability to trafficking, and the impact on their schooling. With the monsoon fast approaching, we need to accelerate efforts because weak sanitation and communicable diseases could mean more deaths. So to end where I began, on TTIP, I thought it was important to clarify that the vote we were going to have was not on TTIP itself, but on Parliament's red lines for the negotiation, which we don't actually have a say, but we're going to give an important political message to the negotiations and Commission on safeguarding public services and the NHS and addressing the ISDS clause. Where we will have a say and do have a say is on the final text once negotiations are finished. The postponement means this story will continue on and on and on, and my inbox will continue to be full. That's what they call a cliffhanger. See you next time. Goodbye.